5 daily habits that are secretly aging you faster. How many are you doing? Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't feel as old as I look? Or maybe you've had one of those days where your energy just plummets by noon, and you can't quite figure out why? Well, what if I told you that some of the things you do every single day with the best of intentions might be quietly working against you? Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to have an important chat about something that affects every single one of us: aging. But this isn't about worrying over wrinkles or counting gray hairs. This is about vitality. It's about feeling as strong, vibrant, and full of life on the inside as you possibly can. Because let's be honest, age is just a number, but how we feel is everything. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we fall into little daily habits. They seem harmless, maybe even comforting. But behind the scenes, these habits can accelerate aging, zap our energy, and hold us back from living our fullest lives. The fantastic news is that these habits are within our power to change. It's never too late to make a shift that makes a world of difference. So, let's pull up a chair and talk about the first few things that might be secretly aging you faster. And don't worry, for every habit, we'll find a simple, practical, and empowering solution. I want you to think about your average day. After breakfast, maybe you settle into your favorite armchair with a good book or to watch the morning news. It feels good to rest, right? And you've earned it. But here's the thing that might surprise you. Sitting for too long too often is often called the new smoking for a reason. It's not about the act of sitting itself. We all need to rest. It's about the prolonged, uninterrupted stillness. When we sit for hours on end, our metabolism slows to a crawl. Our muscles, especially in our legs and back, begin to weaken and stiffen. This can lead to that feeling of being stuck when you try to get up, that loss of flexibility and even poor circulation. It's like a slow leak of your strength and mobility. I remember talking to my friend George, who's 72. He's an avid reader and could spend whole mornings lost in a book. But he started noticing it was getting harder and harder to get up and walk to the mailbox. He thought it was just age. Then he made one tiny change. He started setting a simple timer on his stove for every 30 minutes. When it went off, he'd get up, walk to the kitchen to shut it off, stretch his legs a bit, maybe do a single lap around the living room and then sit back down. Within a week, he told me that stiffness was gone. That getting up groan had vanished. He didn't join a gym, he just broke up the sitting. The solution isn't to never sit again. It's to move more throughout the day. It's about reminding your body that it's made for motion. Now, on the flip side of that, let's talk about movement itself. Because while not moving enough is a problem, moving in the wrong way can be just as aging. For many of us, if we hear exercise is good, we might think that means we need to push ourselves hard. Maybe you feel you should go for a long, brisk walk every day, or you remember the exercises you did decades ago and try to do those now. But here's the secret. After 60, more is not always better. High-impact or repetitive exercises, especially if they cause you joint pain or leave you exhausted for the rest of the day, can actually accelerate wear and tear and increase inflammation in the body. The goal isn't to be the fastest walker on the street. The goal is to be a smart mover. It's about choosing activities that build strength, protect your joints, and leave you feeling energized, not drained. Think of it like this. You wouldn't water a delicate plant with a fire hose. You give it just the right amount of gentle, consistent care. Your body is the same. Instead of a long, painful walk on pavement, what about a shorter walk on a softer path? Or better yet, swapping one walk a week for a session in a warm water pool? Water aerobics is incredible because it builds strength with zero impact on your joints. Or what about a gentle yoga class designed for seniors? It focuses on balance, flexibility, and core strength, which are the absolute keys to preventing falls and staying independent. The fix here is to reframe what exercise means. It's not about punishment, it's about loving support. Listen to your body. If it's whispering, ouch, it's time to try a different, kinder kind of movement. And finally for today, let's talk about something we all do, but rarely think about: how we stand and walk. Posture. I know it sounds like something your mother nagged you about, but it's so much more important now. Years of leaning over sinks, gardening, picking up grandchildren, or even just hunching over a book can lead to what's sometimes called old age posture, a forward head and rounded shoulders. This isn't just an aesthetic issue. This posture compresses your lungs, making it harder to take a deep, full breath. It can lead to chronic back and neck pain, and even affect your balance, making a fall more likely. But you can fight back against the hunch, and it doesn't require a complicated routine. Here's a wonderfully simple thing you can try right now, sitting in your chair. Imagine there's a string coming out of the very top of your head like a marionette. Now, imagine someone is gently pulling that string straight up towards the ceiling. Feel your spine lengthen? Your chin should tuck slightly, and your shoulders should relax down and back. Hold that for a breath. That's it. Do this little check-in a few times a day, when you're waiting for the kettle to boil or at a red light in the car. You can even strengthen your back by doing a simple exercise like squeezing your shoulder blades together gently while sitting. Better posture instantly makes you look and feel more vibrant, more open, and more confident. These are just the first few habits that might be secretly influencing how you feel every day. But already, I hope you can see a pattern. Small, conscious changes can have a massive impact. It's not about overhauling your entire life overnight. It's about bringing a little more awareness to the daily routines we often do on autopilot. In our next conversation, we're going to look at a couple more of these everyday habits, including one that happens in your very own kitchen and another that involves your social life. You might be surprised. Until then, why not try that posture check? Or set a timer to break up your sitting. See if you can notice a difference. I have a feeling you will. Welcome back, my friends. I'm so glad you've joined me for this next part of our conversation. You know, it's fascinating how the smallest, most automatic choices we make in our day can have such a profound effect on our energy, our health, and how we feel in our own skin. In our last chat, we talked about the hidden downsides of sitting too long, pushing ourselves with the wrong kinds of exercise, and the simple power of standing tall. Today, we're going to move into a couple of areas you might not expect. Habits that happen right in your kitchen and in your social circle. These are the kinds of things that fly under the radar, but addressing them can be a real game changer. So let's dive right in. I want to talk to you about breakfast. It's the meal so many of us get wrong without even realizing it. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your favorite morning toast or your bowl of cereal if you truly love it. But here's the thing that happens to so many of us as we get older. Our breakfasts become heavily skewed towards carbohydrates. Think about it. Toast, jam, cereal, oatmeal with a little brown sugar, maybe a bagel or a muffin. It's quick, it's easy, and it feels comforting. But that morning carb load sets you up for a day of energy swings. Those simple carbs are digested very quickly, causing a rapid spike in your blood sugar. Your body then releases insulin to manage that spike, which often leads to a sharp drop in blood sugar a couple of hours later. And what does that drop feel like? Feels like that mid-morning crash. That foggy feeling, a sudden lack of energy, maybe even a bit of irritability. You might not even connect it to what you ate for breakfast. This cycle of spiking and crashing is stressful on your body and can contribute to inflammation over time. The simple, powerful fix? It's all about adding one magic ingredient: protein. Protein slows down the digestion of those carbs, providing a slow, steady release of energy that keeps you feeling full, focused, and stable for hours. You don't have to overhaul your entire meal. Just stir a scoop of protein powder or some Greek yogurt into your oatmeal. Top your toast with a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter or some avocado and an egg. Have a small handful of nuts alongside your cereal. This one small shift can completely transform your morning energy levels. It's not about deprivation, it's about addition, adding the fuel your body truly craves to run smoothly all day long. Now, let's talk about a habit that's less about what you put in your body and more about what you might be taking out of your life. This is a big one, and it's something I see happen so often, especially after people retire or after they've lost a loved one. It's the habit of slowly, quietly withdrawing from the world. Of saying no to invitations more often than you say yes. Of finding it easier to just stay home where it's comfortable and predictable. This isn't about being shy or antisocial. Life changes, our social circles naturally get smaller, and it takes more effort to connect. But here's the startling truth. Chronic loneliness and social isolation aren't just feelings. They are scientifically recognized health risks that can be as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. When we lack meaningful social connection, our stress levels rise, which increases cortisol, a hormone that, when consistently high, accelerates aging. It can weaken our immune system, affect our sleep, and even impact our cognitive health. Our brains thrive on engagement and conversation. Fighting this doesn't mean you have to throw huge parties or become the life of every gathering. It's about small, consistent doses of connection. It could be a weekly phone call with a grandchild where you ask them to tell you about their week. It could be saying yes to that coffee invitation from an acquaintance, even if you feel a little tired. It could be joining a book club at the local library, a gardening group, or even an online community centered around a hobby you love. These small acts of connection are like vitamins for your soul and your brain. They remind you that you are seen, you are valued, and you are a vital part of the world around you. Prioritizing your social health is just as important as prioritizing your physical health. They are deeply, deeply connected. We've covered a lot today, from the power of a protein-packed breakfast to the profound importance of staying connected. These might seem like small things, but I hope you can see how they are the building blocks of a vibrant, energetic life. They're about nourishing yourself in every sense of the word. In our final part, we're going to look at one last, very common habit that happens at the end of the day, and will bring everything together. It's about creating a simple, actionable plan that feels good, not overwhelming. I hope you'll join me for that. Until then, maybe tomorrow morning, look at your breakfast plate and see if you can add just one source of protein. And maybe pick up the phone and call someone you've been thinking about. I think you'll be amazed at how good it makes you feel. Hello again and welcome back for our final chat in this series. If you're just joining us, a special welcome to you. We've been talking about the small, daily habits that might be making us feel older than we are, and more importantly, how to flip them into powerful tools for vitality. We've covered so much ground together, from breaking up long sits and choosing joint-friendly movement, to the power of posture, a protein-rich breakfast, and the incredible importance of staying socially connected. These aren't drastic changes. They're gentle shifts, little upgrades to your routine that add up to a massive difference in how you feel every single day. Today we're going to talk about one last habit. This one is so subtle, it happens while we're not even conscious. It's about what happens at the end of the day when the house is quiet and we're finally ready to rest. I'm talking about our sleep routine and specifically the habit of using screens, our TVs, tablets, and phones, right up until the moment we try to close our eyes. I know. It's how we unwind. We might watch a little news, scroll through photos from the family, or get lost in a show. Feels like the perfect way to relax. But here's the science that might surprise you. The blue light emitted from these screens tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime. It suppresses the production of melatonin, which is the crucial hormone that tells our body it's time to wind down and sleep. When we disrupt this natural process, we might fall asleep, but we often miss out on the deep, restorative, high-quality sleep our bodies desperately need to repair themselves. Poor sleep doesn't just mean you wake up feeling groggy. Over time, it accelerates aging. It shows up on our faces, yes, but it also affects our memory, our mood, our immune system, and even our balance. It's like trying to charge a phone on a faulty charger. You might get a little bit of power, but you never get a full, strong charge. The fix here is wonderfully simple, and it's one of the most impactful things you can do. It's about creating a gentle, screen-free buffer zone before bed. Aim for just 30 to 60 minutes. I can already hear you thinking, but what will I do? This is the beautiful part. This is your time to rediscover those simple, calming pleasures. This is the time to listen to some soft music or an audiobook. It's the time to do a few gentle stretches right there next to your bed. It's the perfect moment to jot down a few things you were grateful for that day in a little notebook, or to simply sit and have a quiet, uninterrupted conversation with your partner. By making this small change, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain and body. It's time to rest. It's time to repair. You'll be amazed at how much more refreshed you feel in the morning. And there we have it. We've journeyed through 5 daily habits, but I hope what you take away from this isn't a list of rules. I hope you see a theme of gentle awareness and loving kindness toward yourself. This isn't about adding more pressure to your life, it's about releasing it. It's about swapping out the things that drain you for things that nourish you in every sense of the word. Think of it this way, you have been the architect of your life for decades, building a wonderful story.
Now, you get to be the gardener. Your job is not to build from scratch, but to tend, to nurture, to pull a few weeds, these unhelpful habits, and to plant a few new seeds that will help you continue to bloom. It's never about perfection, it's about progress. Maybe this week, you focus on breaking up your sitting. Next week, you add a little protein to your breakfast. The week after, you call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Small steps, giant leaps in how you feel. You have so much wisdom, so much life experience within you. You absolutely deserve to feel vibrant, strong, and full of joy in this chapter of your life. It is within your power to make these shifts, and I have every confidence that you can. If this conversation has resonated with you, if you found even one little tip that you think might help someone else, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps others find this community. And I would love to continue this conversation with you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which one of these habits are you most excited to try? Your experiences inspire all of us. And of course, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and tapping that little bell icon. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss our next chat, where we'll continue to share simple, practical ways to thrive and feel amazing at any age.